Hello, my name is Mike. This is an engine compartment. This is my 1967 Mercury Cougar. And as you can see, well, it lacks a drivetrain. Many of you have been asking about it because it's kind of been in the background in a lot of my videos. No, it's not lawn art, it's a car. I bought this car a couple of years ago, got it running, and it promptly bent push rods and, stuck valves and did a lot of stuff because it sat so long that the fuel had turned to varnish. Well, and varnish makes valves stick. I pulled the cylinder heads off of it, thinking, I'll just do a valve job on it and we'll be good to go. And then I got to looking at the engine and thought, there's a little bit of wear in there. I'll go ahead and just go through the engine. I pulled the engine out, which is under that thing there, cover blanket. And I called the local machine shop because I wanted them to take it apart, mic it, find out whether I need to have it bored, whether I need oversized pistons or oversized bearings, and all the stuff that, you got to measure and stuff. And I'm not real good at measuring stuff. I wanted them to tell me what it needs so I could, put it back together, and then hot tank and clean all the parts. So when I go to put it back together, it'd be all purty and clean and nice. That was 11 months ago. I'm still on the waiting list. What in the devil? Why am I still inside here? Here, let me beam out. Scotty, beam me out. You're right there. Anyway, just have a look at this fine engine here, and I'll tell you what we're up against. So looking at it, there doesn't seem to be a tremendous amount of wear. There's some carbon. The cylinder walls look pretty good. They're a little, kind of a little discolored. Not sure what that means, but I don't feel any deep grooves of any kind. Turns out that this particular engine is not the correct engine for this car. In 1967, the Cougar either came with a 289 or it came with a 390. This is a 351 Windsor block, which is basically the same as the small block, the 289 or the 302. It's got a little bit taller deck. It's got a little bit more stroke. This not being the correct engine for it, I looked up the casting numbers and found out that it actually came out of a 68 Torino, at least according to the casting on the intake manifold. Nonetheless, it's a good foundation for building a good motor. Doesn't seem to have a lot of excessive, play and wear and stuff. So what I think I'll do, since our machine shop seems to have a problem, I'm just going to go ahead, finish taking it apart, and I'm just going to do a, ball hone, rings and bearings. I'll try to measure and mic as best I can, and I'll try to clean it up as best I can. Which means, well, a lot more work for me. And, well, I'm lazy. I don't want to do it, but it ain't going to do itself. So let's tear into this thing and see if we can't make a good engine out of it. And then as far as the heads go, well, the valves themselves aren't bad. It's just that they're sticking. One of my rocker studs got pulled out because of the sticking valves, and I bent a couple dozen push rods. I kept putting push rods in it. It kept bending them. I tried to free the valves up from the outside. It just didn't work. So what I'll probably do is get some remanufactured swap heads online. You can get them for a pair of them for about $600, and that'd make for a fairly economic build.
Somewhere in a dusty, dirty back alley in western Arizona, not far from historic Route 66, is an old fart trying to cram a square peg into a round hole. He'll work on anything, just as long as it's got at least 2 cool wheels.
it's a little grubby from sitting out in the elements, which not a big deal. It's got to be cleaned up anyway. And, you know, to take the timing components and the camshaft out, well, I got to get the lifters out, and I'm finding that, well, they don't want to come out. The ones that are kind of on the lobes, sticking up a little bit, well, they're stopping. And, you know, you guys that have worked on engines before know what that means. That means that they're mushroomed a little bit of excessive wear, which means the camshaft is probably not in real good shape. So that's just the excuse I need to put a mild cam in it. Kind of, you know, boost the horsepower up a little bit. So in this particular situation, I may have to simply take the lifters out later, turn it upside down where I can, after I get the camshaft out and the crankshaft out, and then, you know, knock them out from the bottom, something like that. I have never seen a head gasket so profusely bonded to the engine block as this one. I can't pull it off. It doesn't want to let me chisel it off. I mean, I'm using a chisel, not a scraper. That son of a gun it is one with the engine. Holy moly. Look at that. It just, oh my gosh. You see, this is why I wanted to send it to the machinist, because then they can put it in a hot tank and, you know, radioactive devices and small plasma radiation devices and, you know, stuff that takes stuff like this off that doesn't want to come off with ordinary mechanical means. We got some dowel pins that need to come out too. This is not good. I'm off to a lousy start. Oh my, what the hell? I never. Put a little bit going here. Come on now, head gasket. You're a gasket. You're not an integral part of the machined surface. Well, you are now, I guess, but you're not supposed to be. Alrighty. So, fortunately for me, well, all my rods are actually numbered. There's number 8, and there's number 4, etc. So, that'll minimize my confusion. I did write on the top of the pistons as well, and took a couple of nuts off. Let's have a look at these bearings. And, oh, bearing stayed on the journal. Set this aside. Well, they don't look real bad at all. Got a little bit of scratching going on, but they're not hardly worn. I'm kind of surprised. I thought I'd see more wear than that. Let's see if I can get a focus on it. A little bit of stuff. Not bad. I'm going to go ahead and finish, popping these caps off, and we'll knock these pistoles out. Get a better view of the cylinders and the pistons themselves here in just a minute. So, looking at this bearing, got a Ford part number there. It even says 68 right on it. This tells me, I don't know if it'll focus or not, that's the original bearing, which is good news. That means that, in fact, that's probably why that head gasket was so hard to get off. It's all pretty much original. So, barring not finding any major damage anywhere, which I don't think there is, you might be able to get away with just doing a quick ball hone and a set of bearings and rings, and yeah, I'm optimistic is what I'm saying. I'm optimistic. Let's see if we can get these pistoles out of here without dropping them on the ground and breaking them into 52,000 pieces. That's going to be a little challenge on account of, probably should have cleared the ridge out of these before I did that. In fact, let me do that first. I should have done that. I didn't. Boy, these look really good too. No play in the wrist pin. Skirts aren't showing any wear at all, really. Little wear right there. It's, to be expected. I'm really happy because I was a little apprehensive. I'm thinking, this is going to take a complete overhaul, but we can actually get away with rings and bearings, fresh cam and lifters, rebuilt heads. Should be a good runner. Got a broken ring out of that last one. I don't know if I broke it during removal or if it was like that. Looking at the broken section, I would say it's actually been broken for a while. So that could be a problem. Let's look, have a look. That particular cylinder may have some scoring, the others do not. Oh, I see a line. It's not very deep though. Get your eyeballs in over here. You can see what I'm talking about. So looking at this one cylinder, there's a line going right down here. And that line, can't get focused too well here, is on account of that broken ring. And that probably happened when I first got the vehicle and got it started. It probably didn't occur during its normal operation before it was parked. And that's because when I started the car for the first time, well, I wasn't very careful about giving it some lubrication. I didn't know how long it had sat, and I just, shot a bunch of starting fluid in it and cranked it and got it to pop. And that's when I found out that the valves were sticking, and that indicated to me after the fact that, well, the fuel had gone bad, and that's probably why that ring broke. It was probably stuck in the bore a little bit, and my starting it up probably caused the damage. It's not a big deal. It's very, very shallow. It should come out with a ball hone, and a new set of rings will be good as new. Thermal, crowded in stuff. Or something. Alright, what am I doing? I'm going to get the camshaft out. I'm going to get the crankshaft out. Let's go this way. Go, you heavy thing. Roll over. Roll over. Fight out. All them lifters on the bottom side have flipped. We can go a little further. Oops. As far as she goes right now. Okay. That's fine. So we can get this camshaft out of here. I got 2 7/16. Fix that. like that word theoretically, because it's almost never reality. Theoretically, I should be able to scooch this out now. Oh yeah, oh, there it goes. There's our camshaft. Come on out, camshaft. Well, we got some wear. That fellow there, he's a little more worn down than he ought to be. None of them are horrible, but they're not pristine either. So, yeah, you can kind of see it on this guy here. So, I am justified in replacing the camshaft, and we'll get something with a little more oomph. Lifters. Bastards. Wish me luck. Here we go. Ooh, not bad. Not as bad as I expected. Getting replaced anyway, so I'm gonna hit the deck. Especially this one. See if you can see it in the camera there. It's a little dished. It's just, yeah, that's actually pretty normal wear. Considering we don't know how many miles are on this engine, but I'm gonna guess 100,000 or so. Yep, come to lifters one time. There it is, team. Got this thing torn down. So the next step is going to be, well, cleaning all this stuff up. I'm going to have to, get an air chisel out and try and get the rest of that head gasket material off. Probably have to use some grinders and so forth, and we'll get a ball hone and all that. But I think we're going to call it quits for this video. We got it torn down. We know what we're up against. Well, it looks like we're going to get off pretty easy. Ball hone, set of rings, set of standard bearings, believe it or not, a fresh timing chain, camshaft, lifters. I've already got the gasket set, and then we got to source a pair of rebuilt heads for it. We'll have a runner. So, come on back for the next video. Come on now, you dirty, rotten son of a purple hamster. Get off of there. Oh my goodness.